I'm so honored to be here. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Sachs and everything he's done, and I find the whole idea of being frozen in the way that some of these patients have been one of the most terrifying thoughts and almost impossible to imagine because of how scary it is. So it's a great honor to be here with somebody who has had such a profound effect on these people's lives and given them even moments of freedom. And so here is an excerpt from his book. The power of music to integrate and cure, to liberate the Parkinsonism and give him freedom while it lasts is quite fundamental and seen in every patient. This was shown beautifully and discussed with great insight by one of our post-encephalitic patients at Beth Abraham, Edith T., a former music teacher. She said that she'd become graceless with the onset of Parkinsonism and that her movements had become wooden, mechanical, like a robot or doll, that she had lost her former naturalness and musicalness of movement, that in a word, she had been unmusicked. Fortunately, she added, the disease was accompanied by its own cure. Music, she said. As I am unmusicked, I must be remusicked. Often, she said, she would find herself frozen, utterly motionless, deprived of the power, the impulse, the thought of any motion. She felt at such times like a still photo in a frame, without substance or life. In this state, she would remain motionless and helpless until music came into her mind, songs, tunes I knew from years ago, catchy tunes, rhythmic tunes, the sort I love to dance to. With this sudden imagining of music, this coming of spontaneous inner music, the power of motion, action would suddenly return, and now, as Edith put it, she could dance out of the frame, the flat, frozen world in which she was trapped, and move freely and gracefully. It was like suddenly remembering myself, my own living tune. But then, just as suddenly, the inner music would cease. And with all this, motion and actuality would vanish, and she would instantly fall back into a Parkinsonian abyss. Kant speaks of music as the quickening art. And for Edith T., this is literally, vitally true. Music serves to arouse her own quickness, her living and moving identity and will, which is otherwise dormant for so much of the time. For patients like Edith T., and indeed all of my patients with Parkinsonism or dementia or aphasia, music therapy is no luxury. It is a necessity. I have one other purpose on this stage, and I think it's a bit of a surprise for Dr. Sachs. You've touched the lives of many people during your years at Beth Abraham. This journal contains the best wishes of some of these individuals and is inscribed with the following poem. Path of Heart Song. It's not the destination, but the path that takes you there. It's not the path, but the dance that moves you down it. It's not the dance, but the song that drives it. It's not the song, but the dreaming heart that sings it. Dr. Sachs.